beautiful people, and welcome to this video of If I Could Build a Woman. She'd give me lots of cuddles and kisses and stuff. Before we get into it, yes, I am in a new location because I've had to move home for the summer. So this will be the new backdrop for the next few videos until I move into my new place. So by now, I'm sure you guys know that I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for random bad horror movies. I mean, I have talked about the Zombies trilogy enough times, and you should definitely check out my videos about them, by the way, because they're funny. But one that I loved purely because it's so ridiculous and stupid, and as you know from the title of this video, that movie is Frankenhooker, directed by the same guy who directed Basket Case, and if you know what that movie is, then you know how ridiculous that is. And the last 20 minutes of this film are the greatest 20 minutes in cinematic history. But that doesn't mean that the rest of it isn't still beautiful, so let's get into it. We open the movie on our protagonist, Jeffrey. You'll see why I hesitate to call him that later. But he's working with a brain in a jar that has an eyeball in it, which is never explained, like, ever, and doesn't really come back for the rest of the film, so I don't understand why it's there. And he's working on it in the middle of a family barbecue, and literally nobody is freaked out by this living brain eyeball thing in a jar sitting in a vat on the kitchen table.
Be a doll and pass me the ketchup.
Sorry.
Thanks, hun.
How much weird stuff does this guy do for that to be considered completely normal? We also meet his fiancée, whose character is treated as if they're really fat.
Trouble? Nah, same old thing. Jeffrey's too strange and I'm too fat.
When, you know, she obviously just isn't at all. And it's so pointless because her being fat adds absolutely nothing to her character, because she loses all of that weight almost immediately when she gets hit by the most terrifying lawnmower known to man.
So when you want it to go, you just press this.
You're on UHF. Don't stand in front of it.
She gets introduced and eviscerated within the first 5 minutes. The intro credits literally last longer than she does. But now his girl is in 50 different pieces. He's become a little bit deranged. Like drilling into his own brain levels of deranged.
Okay, I gotta get some stewardesses.
And his mum is very concerned about him.
I'm plunging headfirst into some kind of black void of sheer, utter madness or something.
Do you want a sandwich?
He's also... okay, how do I put this? He's also kept his girlfriend's head and is having a lovely Italian meal with it.
There we go. Nice and slow. That's very good. That's it. That's it. Very good. Nice and easy. It's very nice. Very tidy. Very neat.
And at this very romantic dinner, he explains to his dearly beheaded that there's a storm coming in 2 days, and he's going to use the electricity from that storm to bring her back to life. But there's only one problem. She kinda doesn't have a body.
Hello, bozo.
But he has some big ideas in mind of what he wants her new body to look like. Well, he basically has two big ideas. But he's also struggling with the idea that he obviously needs to get that body from somewhere, so he needs to unalive someone. So he gets the idea of scouting out the women of the night in order to steal their body parts. But since he needs to check so many girls to find the perfect body, he has to go and see Zorro, their boss, who hangs out in the saggiest strip club in town. So he meets Zorro in the most disgusting bathroom in the world. There's people doing drugs, there's people doing bits in the cubicles, this poor old lady, and this is Zorro, the buff as frick boss of the girls that Jeffrey is interested in. And we see that all of his girls are branded with a Z, for Zing. No, it's for Zorro.
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
He also finds out that all the night women are addicted to something called crack. Now, I have no idea what that is, but it sounds bad. And it gives him an idea. Now, with all that information that I've given you, I want you to guess what his plan is. Well, you're wrong. His idea is to take the crack and create super crack.
This crack is killing him. This super crack will get the job done a lot quicker.
And this super crack is so incredibly potent that when he tests it on a guinea pig, it kind of maybe explodes.
Now, take a nice, deep breath. Holy Jesus Christ.
But that's just a guinea pig. The human physiology is so different from that. I'm sure it won't have the same effect on these poor women at all. We also find out that Jeffrey's unalived fiancée, you know, the one he's building the body for, used to work for Zorro. But that might just be a hallucination, which doesn't surprise me since he's currently drilling into his brain to calm down. So he gets all the girls. There's a weird and disturbingly long scene of him measuring all of the women, which gets pretty painful.
Want to take my temperature, Doc? I bet you got a big thermometer.
But he can't decide on a single woman and realizes that he can't even go through with it. So he tries to leave, but the women go through his bag and find...
Holy sh**! What's this? Holy sh**! Jump! Jump!
I do love that they see the bag and immediately identify it as super drugs. But they get super hyped about the super crack, and who can blame them? I mean, it's not like anything bad is gonna happen. And there you have it, kids. If you do drugs, you will explode into sparks within 2 minutes. And that's a fact. But Zorro hears all this commotion, you know, the blood-curdling screams and the violent explosions, so he smashes down the door and...
Jeffrey! The little scumbag!
It's beautiful. So amongst a pile of human remains, Jeffrey seems truly sorry about what happened.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, Jesus. Oh, I'm sorry.
He says as he gathers up their various body parts so that he can create a new girlfriend. But now is the time. He has all the parts, the storm has arrived, there is literally a plate of boobs. Jesus Christ. And you can tell he's excited about it.
As long as I live, you'll be safe.
Whoa, whoa!
Whoa, whoa, okay, it's all right. No harm done.
And now he raises her up towards the heavens so that she may get struck with life once more. But it also transfers a bolt of lightning to the freezer that's holding all the spare body parts. And when I tell you that the reveal of what is in that freezer later on in the movie is the most insane stuff you'll ever see, you better believe me. And now the reveal of the life he has created. His reanimated girlfriend, the Frankenhooker. Yes, she looks stupid. And because her body is 95% woman of the night, she instantly goes out on the search for someone to pay her to see her, you know, see her undead bits. I mean, some of you might be into that. I mean, get some help, but I don't know. And she finds a very enthusiastic customer.
Jeffrey! We've only got a few minutes left before we hit the streets. Have you found your perfect woman yet?
Oh, yes! God, yes! Yes! Take me, yes!
You could say he's so excited that he might explode.
Oh, that was wonderful.
And then this other guy in the hall tries it on with her and he meets a very similar fate. And she ends up going to the same bar that Zorro uses as his hideout. Yes, the dancing naked old lady bar, where some guy wants to hire reanimated Elizabeth to work for him. And he is, as you might expect, weird as frick.
I know this! Oh, I know this! Oh, I know this!
And because she keeps repeating stuff that the girls had said...
Are you gonna take my temperature, Doc? I bet you got a big thermometer.
Oh, baby!
Zorro hears it and gets suspicious, watching from the shadows like a buff ninja. Then the weird dude gets the typical treatment of becoming a flaming inferno.
Acting.
And it's safe to say that Zorro is not very happy about this. He just punched her head clean off. It's kind of impressive. So Jeffrey finds her here and takes her back home to reanimate her. Again. To reanimate her. But this time she actually has her own brain. And she's not happy at all.
These aren't my arms. This isn't my hand. These aren't my legs. This isn't my breast. Look at me. What have you done?
Take it easy, all right?
But Zorro followed them here, and he certainly makes quite the entrance.
And we're gonna spend the rest of our lives together, me and you.
And here is when we finally get to see what was in that freezer. And I don't think you're ready. Take a minute to prepare yourself for the horrors you're about to witness.
Oh, shit, get the fuck away from me!
Yes, you did just see a head with arms and an upside down torso with a mouth instead of bits. I told you to prepare yourself. But don't you worry about your old pal Jeffrey. He's in a place that has all the equipment necessary to bring him back to life. The only issue is that all the body parts that are available are a bit, well...
I couldn't reuse your old body or even Zorro's, so naturally I had to make some changes.
No. Where's my Johnson?
And that's it. Jeffrey and Elizabeth can now live in perfect harmony in their new bodies. This film is one of the very few that has an absolutely ridiculous premise and is actually able to deliver on it. So many of these older, lower budget films with crazy titles that are about stupid stuff just don't do the original idea any justice. Like Frankenhooker, about a reanimated corpse that plays basketball. It's terrible. Or Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter, where Jesus Christ comes back and teams up with a Mexican luchador to hunt vampires. Or Trainspotting. That movie is not about trains. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed going through this horribly brilliant film with me. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really does mean a lot to me. And if you do, then when you unalive, I will bring you back with the body of a guitar. Because imagine how incredibly metal it would be to have a guitar with a living head on the end of it. Have a great day.